see what my thing was not. Okay, call to order the City Council regular session, July 1st, 2019 at 6 p.m. at the City Municipal Building. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Janet, roll call, please.
Alderpersons Goodhue.
Here.
Hanson.
Here.
Plum.
Here.
Robinson.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Wade.
Here.
Mayor Panaleo.
Here.
Street Superintendent Barry.
Here.
Police Commander Schley.
Here.
Approval or correction of minutes for the meeting held on June the 17th, 2019, regular session, and June the 20th, 2019, joint meeting.
I'll make that motion to approve the minutes held for June 17th and June 20th.
I'll second it.
And the vote.
Robinson.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Wade.
Yes.
Goodhue.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Plum.
Yes.
At this time, are there any petitions and communications? Any citizen comments? Okay, we'll go on to report of the standing committees. Finance Committee, Goodhue.
A couple of our strong points of the meeting we had. We approved the Clark disposal contract for garbage and recycling. And we're also checking on purchasing uniform t-shirts for the Public Works Department. Does anybody have any questions with the minutes or anything?
Okay, very good. And Personnel Committee.
We have a seasonal worker now.
Yay! Yay!
Did he start already?
Yes.
That's who was in the vehicle. I didn't know who he was, and I'm like, oh, we must have got a new worker. Nice.
What is his full name? Do you remember? Bob? Who's our new seasonal worker, his full name?
Jim Russell.
Jim Russell.
He, back in the 80s and 90s, did work part-time for the city, so he's not new to the city at all. He knows the parks, he knows pretty much everything, so.
That's
Nice.
really good.
He's working out real good so far.
Yeah, wonderful. We're welcoming him to the team, right?
Yes.
And Fire District. Get to be good here again.
Okay. We had a presentation from several insurance companies with their quotes and looking at insurance for the fire department. And we heard from a speaker regarding MABUS, which stands for Mutual Aid Box Alarm System. This is on our agenda tonight, also later on. Some information is included in your council meeting packet. And the new fire station grand opening will be held in August or September.
Yeah, and then we also want to put a kudos out to Jonas Hicks, wherever he may be. He's doing a fundraiser right now to get his Eagle Scout badge, and he's working to get a flagpole for the fire station. So if anyone sees Jonas, dig it into your pocket and pull out some money. Help him get his goal on that one. Okay, so report of the city officers. I just wanted to thank West Rock first. I got to do a tour of West Rock, and they were so accommodating. They suited me up with hat and boots and earplugs and got to take a tour. It's amazing inside, so clean, so organized, very, very nice. So want to just thank them again for inviting me. Also wanted to wish everyone a happy 4th of July and enjoy the parade and the chicken and all the great things that families do for the 4th of July. It could be a barbecue. Also want to thank everyone that supports our flag. It means a lot. The freedom that we have is everything that we have. And so it's a great holiday. And let's not forget about the parade. Everybody needs to come to the parade, even if it's raining. Also want to mention that there has been some discussion in regards to July 24th and Big Red coming into town. It's a steam engine, it's been revamped, and I guess it totals up 13 cars. It's going to be stationed here in town over the night, and don't know exactly if you're going to be able to view it, get pictures taken with it or whatever. We're still trying to check into that, but if you're wondering why there's a lot of extra traffic in town, that could very well be the reason why. And my last one that I want to mention is August the 24th, and I'll mention more on this as we get closer, but that's when we're going to be doing Band-Aid, and it's going to be a music festival that's going to be downtown, the city of Adams on Goggin Street. They've got 5 bands already lined up and vendors plus food, and all of the donations will go to getting musical instruments for the middle school. So please support that event also. So we'll go from that to Officer Sly for the police department update.
For the month of June, I attended the city council meeting. Various committee meetings including drug-free Adams County. There we discussed ways, ideas, and ways to combat the drug problem, and also discussed the Parents Who Host Lose the Most campaign, trying to target schools and other things to prevent alcohol use with youth. Also attended CCRT, which we discussed to combat domestic abuse and sexual assault in the county. Also attended the quarterly meeting with the AF administration. There we discussed ways to improve services to the school district and combat issues that they are dealing with. Also attended an I-Team meeting where we discussed elder abuse within the county and the city. Also met with Chief Lobby and Sheriff York to discuss our Spillman, which is our record-keeping system, and other department issues between us. Also I attended the Central Wisconsin Chief of Police Association meeting, and there we discussed what's happening with other agencies, and also had a presentation from a chief from down by Milwaukee on accreditation. Calls for service for the month of June, we had 173 calls for service. We issued 38 citations and 7 written warnings, and there's 2 OWIRS. For department activities and announcements, a reminder of the 4th of July, just 3 days away. Any fireworks that leave the ground are illegal unless you have a permit. And let's be respectful to our neighbors and the pets in the area. And we will be increasing enforcement during the 4th of July, having 2 officers on for most of the evening. We continue to actively enforce the property maintenance ordinance, and are asking the citizens to take pride in the city again, make sure that they do their part keeping the city clean, especially after the last round of storms, pick up your branches and brush and keep it clean. As for the hiring process, which the position left by Officer Bellicat, we currently have 7 applications, and that process will until the 5th of July when we're closing the applications. So that's all I have right now.
Very good, 7 applications, that's nice.
Hey, Chief, last year I helped one of the city officers put out cones and stuff before the parade. Do you need that assistance again this year?
We will take it. Officer Kirsten will be on that evening, so we can have you hook up with them. Be more than
5
willing
o'clock
to
in
take
the morning
it.
like I did last time, and we can get out there and get those cones put up.
Yep, that'll be more than appreciated.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. And Bob Berry, Public Works update.
I'll just continue right after them, and that talking about the parade. Wednesday night afternoon, we will have all of the cones up here for the police department to put up. We will get the signs out for the detours. All of the barricades will be put out on the side streets to knock them off, plus the VFW usually does request a bunch of barricades. I haven't heard anything from them. I'm assuming they're gonna want them again, so I will probably reach out to them tomorrow or Wednesday to make sure they're gonna want them. Main Street, all of the white crosswalks, stop bars did get painted. The curbs have not been painted yet, just because of weather. I'm hoping either tomorrow or Wednesday, we might get 4 hours worth of dry weather where I can get it painted, but we have to have at least 4 hours. They have to be dry to be able to start painting. Weather just does not let us. We all know it's raining. The storm yesterday hit the west side of the city very hard. Why it hit the west side so hard, not the east side, I don't know. Most of the west side was out of power for some places up to 4 or 5 hours. I know the mayor was out till almost 5 o'clock yesterday. A lot of trees down, quite a few of the big trees that are down. Joel and I went around today to see whose trees they were. three of the big ones, the one down on South College Street, one down on Elm Street, one down on Vincent Street, are all in the city right away, so they will be ours to cut up, clean up, and get out of there. Two of the other big ones are on personnel property, so that will be theirs to take care of. The guy spent all day today, starting with smaller piles. We'll get all the small piles picked up, then we'll start picking up the big piles. Burt Morris Park has a lot of big limbs and stuff down. That'll be one of the last spots we'll take care of, though. Joel and I went over today. There was a couple of limbs hanging by the bathrooms and the tennis courts in a tree. We got those down because I felt those were a safety issue. We had 4 banners on Main Street that took the brunt of the wind. We took them down before they would fall onto cars and have any issues there. So a lot of it's storm cleanup. A couple of issues we did find yesterday during the storm that we've known about. And every time we have a storm, we have discussion on it that we're gonna be discussing in Public Works again, is somehow coming up with some kind of a generator down at the shop. Because we get there, we don't have any electricity, none of our radios work because we have a repeater system, and we have to physically take a ladder, climb up on the ladder, disconnect the doors, and then try and lift these big doors manually. And when you're in an emergency situation, you really don't have time to fart around. By the time we got everything up out of the shop, the Commerce Street lift station down here at the corner of Commerce and Juno is about 2 feet from coming out of the can. And it's something eventually needs to be done. I know we've talked about a generator here at City Hall too, so we're gonna have that discussion in Public Works. But I just wanted to make everybody aware of some of the issues we had with the storm. All of the guys were in, including me yesterday, from probably 10 o'clock till about 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, trying to get at least the roads opened up, all of the alleys opened up, and everything back up once the power was on, so.
And I guess it's important for everyone to know too, that this brush pickup, if you didn't get picked up today, they'll be coming. It just takes a little while to get it all
I know,
cleaned up.
I see, I had an email from Nikki that the girls were taking quite a few phone calls, why wasn't my brush picked up? Well, we start with hand brush, what we can pick up and load by hand into the truck, then we go around as we're picking hand brush up, make lists of the big piles that we have to come around with the machines and pick up them. Your brush will be picked up. We're gonna do our best to have all of the brush picked up by Wednesday afternoon so that at least it's semi-cleaned up by the 4th. Bruce has been around sweeping. Wednesday morning, he's gonna be coming in bright and early to make sure Main Street is swept and clean for the parade. But we're doing what we can to get all of the brush picked up.
Yeah.
So that's
Thanks a lot.
priority right now, so.
Appreciate your work. Okay, so new business. Approval of mayoral appointment for the Planning Commission. Do you have a motion?
No, it wasn't in our packet. Was
Is
it?
this page done?
The sheet with the,
Oh, I'm sorry, it was in in the packet, my fault.
It is appointing Julie Roseberry to the Planning Commission.
I'll make that motion for Julie Roseberry for the Planning Commission.
And I'll second it.
Take the vote, please.
Scott,
Yes.
Wade,
Yes.
Goodhue,
yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Plum,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Okay, introduce, adopt amending resolution 2019-17R authorizing fines to be charged.
I'll give you that motion to introduce, adopt, amending resolution 2019-17R authorizing fines to be charged.
I'll second that.
And are there any questions? So I understand there was just a little change in it, right?
It was a screw up by myself. I had the Judge Wood look at it, and I thought he had it looked over and it was all good. And once he got it, we sent it up to the clerk's office. Some of the fines weren't jiving with the bond schedule, so it was just a minor judgment. It was a mistake. A couple of them were off like 20 cents, one was 50 cents, so it was minor.
Okay,
So we got it all corrected now, we're good to go.
okay, good. Next one, discussion relating
Roll
to,
call.
oh, sorry. Roll call, please. Voting.
Wade,
Yes.
Goodhue,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Plum,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Okay, now go on. Discussion relating to the fire district mutual aid box alarm system, MABAS.
The fire district is looking at joining this mutual aid box alarm system known as MABUS. And MABUS Wisconsin was organized in 2004 and signed by Governor Jim Doyle in 2006. And it's a mutual aid measure that may be used for deploying fire rescue and emergency medical services personnel in a multi-jurisdictional and/or multi-agency response. And I think it was 57 of the 72 counties are in it. And it would be like a reciprocal mutual aid for the different counties. It started in Illinois back in, let's see, I got this here. I think it was in the 1960s. And anyway, the fire district is looking at joining this, and I think we want a resolution from the different municipalities.
Yeah. So we
Saying they're
don't
in
have to-
favor of it.
Yeah.
And we had a speaker from Town of Rome that came and talked about that they're in this MABUS, and I don't know if we could have him come speak to us if we have any questions about it.
I think the main thing with this program is that if there was an emergency where it was a disaster situation, they would know who to contact and all that would be needed to take care of that particular situation. So instead of having an individual community calling around to try and get services for things that they need to accomplish the task, instead they're making one phone call and that person is setting up everything that they need. Now, this is no additional financial aspect to the city. It's just an agreement showing that they're willing to work with the other areas that are also in the program currently. And I understand, if I remember correctly, they meet with several of the guys on a regular basis, and our area is the only one that's not involved in it at this time. The rest of them are involved in it, including, like you said, Rome.
It looks like us and Marquette County are, in this area, the only two that aren't in it, so.
And so basically, what we're doing right now, we're just discussing it and then figuring out if we feel that it's necessary for us to have somebody come in and speaking to us about it, or bringing it up the next time when we meet the council to do a resolution in regards to it. So right now, I guess the discussion is if we want to have someone come, or if we want to move forward with the resolution and just have them be part of the program.
What's the recommendation of our fire district chair?
And I never did hear back from those.
Okay.
Do you think we should go have somebody come in and speak, or do you think that it would be just to move on to bringing it up next time at council to do a resolution then?
What's all the other municipalities doing?
That's what we don't know.
They're part of the
That's why I
district.
put a message out to ask where they were all standing, if they were already moving on to doing a resolution.
Because honestly, we could do one thing, but all the other districts or all the other municipalities could do another.
Right.
So
Kind of
Yeah.
depends on what the fire
it's gotta
district
be
decides they want to
through
move
the
forward with,
district
right?
that this is.
It would be nice to have a
decided.
discussion or have somebody come and talk about it.
We're
so
meeting
all
on the
kind of
11th.
same
and with the
Page.
fire district again.
Right.
Um,
It sounds like a wonderful idea that we all hear the presentation, that we'll
Yeah.
just get,
Yeah.
we'll make the session, and then the resolution can come from that.
And then maybe too, some of these other municipalities would want to
Wanna hear it.
hear it also,
Mhm.
yeah.
Maybe we could bring that up at the fire district meeting and say, hey, do you all wanna listen and have that
Mhm.
gentleman speak again?
Have a fire district meeting and invite all the board members to that out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think that would be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can make that as a recommendation.
No.
No, it's just discussion.
Just discussion, yeah. So basically what we should do at this point then is attend the fire meeting, find out where everyone stands, bring it back at the end of the month and see if he's willing to come and speak. And then we would have to set that up then for everyone to, council to attend the next fire meeting then in August. Unless they want to do a special meeting. Were there any other questions or anything at this time on the minutes?
Nope.
Okay, then we'll move on to approval of the payment of the bills.
I'll make a motion to approve the payment of the bills.
I'll second it.
Can we take a vote, please, Janet?
Goodhue,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Plum,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Wade.
Yes.
So at this time, we will adjourn from open session and immediately reconvene in closed session for considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of public employee over which the government body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility. Public employees' performance.
Make a motion to adjourn from open session and reconvene in closed session.
I'll second it.
Okay, well, thank you very much.